Hi, I'm Elisha,
I'm Sarah.
I'm Alex.
and this is about Being Country by Bobby Ann Mason.
Bobby A. Mason was born on May 1st, 1940. With four siblings, Mason grew up on her family dairy farm outside of Mayfield, Kentucky, and Mason writing frequently reflects his Southern heritage. Mason did farm chores but also explored popular culture. As a child, she loved to read, so her parents always made sure she had books. These books were mostly popular fiction. After high school, Mason went to major in English at the University of Kentucky. She earned her bachelor's degree. Then she earned her master's degree at the State University of New York at Binghamton in 1966. Next, she went to graduate school at the University of Connecticut, where she received her PhD in literature. She writes short stories, novels, memoir, and biography. Her latest novel is The Girl in the Blue Beret, published in 2011.
Some of her other famous works, her short stories, are Shiloh and Other Stories, Nancy Culpeper, Love Life, Midnight Magic, and Zigzagging Down a Wild Trail, which is her most recent one in 2002. She's written very many novels in country, Spence and Lila, Feather Crowns, An Atomic Romance, and The Girl in the Blue Beret. She's written a biography about Elvis Presley because she was very interested in him, and her memoir, Clear Springs, which this article comes from, is one of her most popular as well. And some facts about her is that she received the National Endowment for the Arts Fellowship Award, and she had a movie made about her in 1989 that stars Bruce Willis and Emily Lloyd called In Country. She grew up on a farm with her family, and she went to Kentucky, the university, and she still lives there. In high school, she was the coordinator of her fan club, the Hilltoppers, and they were a writing group. And lastly, her memoir, Clear Springs, is one of her most popular pieces, and she states, it's not what she set out to write. Usually I don't know where I'm going at all, I'm just following something, so she just starts an article or a book, and she just finds inspiration from her culture. So Alex is going to give us some information about living.
So some of the reasons that I believe that she was influenced and inspired upon with her writing was because of living in the South. Some of the things that go along with that are like Southern hospitality, comfort foods, it's just very Southern ways, and living out on the West Coast, there are almost none of those. And so I believe that her writing would have been impacted greatly if she did not live in the South in Kentucky during this time where there's tobacco being grown, where there's hunting and fishing, rather than people trying to make money off technologies and fast-paced this, fast-paced that. It was very easy living in a very just calm, relaxing place, and I think for her that was just what she needed to get working on her books and start writing.
So we want to thank you for your time for listening today and leave you with some thoughts. And you can contact me at evwetmore@mywaketech.edu if you'd like to answer. And we want to know, would you rather live in the city or the country, and why? And also, what is your favorite Southern comfort food? And if you've never had one, what is one that you've always wanted to try?
Bobby A. Mason was born on May 1st, 1940. With four siblings, Mason grew up on her family dairy farm outside of Mayfield, Kentucky, and Mason writing frequently reflects this Southern heritage. Mason did farm chores but also explored popular culture. As a child, she loved to read, so her parents always made sure she had books. These books were mostly popular fiction. After high school, Mason went to major in English at the University of Kentucky. She earned her bachelor's degree. Then she earned her master's degree at the State University of New York at Binghamton in 1966. Next, she went to graduate school at the University of Connecticut, where she received her PhD in literature. She writes short stories, novels, memoir, and biography. Her latest novel is The Girl in the Blue Beret, published in 2011.
And some of her famous works are Midnight Magic, Nancy Culpeper, Love Life, Shiloh and Other Stories. Those are some of her short stories. And Clear Springs is her memoir that's the most popular, and she's also written novels such as In Country, An Atomic Romance, Feather Crowns, and Spence and Lila. And some facts about Bobby Ann is that she grew up on a farm, and she went to the University of Kentucky. She had a film made about her in 1989 that stars Bruce Willis and Emily Lloyd, and she has received many prestigious awards such as the National Endowment for the Arts Fellowship Award. And some stuff about her living in Kentucky versus everywhere else.
So,
Alex is gonna talk.
with her living in Kentucky versus other places in this time period, it would be very different versus, let's say, California or somewhere on the West Coast where the technology is starting to pick up, money and industry is starting to pick up, and really it's about fast technological industries. And there's not a lot of southern comfort foods, there's not southern hospitality, there's not all these things that she was witnessing growing up in the time period. And so I think one of the main reasons why she wrote the way she did and how she was influenced was because of some of these things that she was brought up on, because it simply doesn't have that on the West Coast or in other places around the country.